Good afternoon, Gossip Talk Shows family. It's Nomsa here at Gossip Talk Shows. Find your own voice late from within. So today, you guys, we're going to be talking about something different. You know, this talk show, it helps our audience find their own voice and lead from within. And so I've decided to do something different today. And for those, if it is your first time here at Ngosi Talk Shows, these talk shows, it helps people find their own voice and lead from within. You might not have a voice in your relationship. You might not have a voice in every area, whatever that might be in your life. So this is where we just coaches, they come in and we talk about everyday problems, relationship problems, business, you name it. So, but today I'm going to be talking about my personal story. So I hope you guys take some notes and you learn from my story, how life it can be turned upside down. So, what to do if you are false accused of child abuse and neglect? So, for me, I wasn't abused. I wasn't accused of child abuse, but I was accused of child neglect, which is most like is the story that you don't expect to tell, and this is the one of mine. I never imagined that one day I will stand before the world and speak about my false accusation of child neglect. So the kind of accusation that it tears parents apart, it tears family apart. It damages your reputation, it damages your character. And the accusation can traumatize the family to its core. But life has a way, guys, of placing us in a battle we didn't choose. To reveal strength we didn't know we had. So sometimes we can find ourselves fighting the battles that we didn't choose. So like I said before, my name is Nomsa, and this is my truth. One moment I was a mother, doing very well in my life, and in my power to raise love and protect my children. And the next moment, I find myself being questioned, being examined, judged by people who never once asked me what really happened, what is really going on. It felt like the ground disappeared beneath my feet, like the ground is disappearing beneath my feet, like my whole world has been placed on trial. And it felt like my life has been stripped away by those that I love the most. So this is a plot. I'm going to read the statement, guys, so you can understand that this is a plot, that whatever Satan has done, he put people together, my neighbors, they are involved in this, but my daughter does not eat my neighbor's house. She does not eat any neighbor besides Lucy that will be coming to me and say, I feed your daughter while you neglect your daughter. They will be lying. I will take them to court through lies, because those lies, they destroy family. They leave a family turned upside down. They destroy people's life. When someone lies like that, they destroy. I never ever ever ask my anyone to leave my daughter, apart from Adrian's mom. She's looked after Kayla twice when Lucy is not around. I've asked Lucy is only like if I'm out 2 hours or 1 hour, she looks after Kayla, and then her dad comes and pick her up. But Lucy, she's my next door neighbor. She's the one that can say, she's the one that can have a voice. So I just want to make that clear. that no neighbor that feeds my daughter. So on the statement, it says that the neighbors feed my daughter while I neglect my daughter. No neighbors feed my daughter. Children in this country, they don't eat in people's homes. I have my neighbors' children. If I buy crisps, I buy lollipops, I do everything, they come to my house, I offer them, they don't eat. But if my daughter offers them crisps, they take it because it's her. These kids, they don't eat in anybody's house. I've been in the UK for a very, very long time. I have never ever met a child that comes and eat voluntarily. You give them food, they eat. It's only if they come for play dates. And then the parents make them aware that actually today you're going to have dinner at Nomsa's house. That's how they eat. But otherwise, these kids don't eat. You offer them anything, they tell you that I'm full. I'm okay. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. So that's my testimony that I've seen in the UK. They don't eat food in people's houses. So why would my daughter, a child who is raised by parents who love her, who adore her, who do anything for her, why would she eat in someone else's house if she has not been given that permission by her parents? You can't just go around and eat in people's home. You can't. My Beverly used to live in Henley, she's left. My children used to call her auntie. They will go they go to her house. But she's not here anymore. There are people that have decided to plot against my daughter. Because guys, when someone sit down and plan to plot against you, to plan the lies, I don't leave my father-in-law died last year. It's been a year. It's been a year. I think the coming this month or next month is going to be a year. He's the one who used to look after my children. Nobody else. He used to look after my children. When he died, Lucy took over, and her husband. Because in spirit, I trust the woman. I trust her husband. I trust her children to treat my daughter as their family. That's why I don't just leave my daughter with anybody. I don't. My next door neighbor, they can say, just because you know my in-laws, guys, I'm going to make it clear to people, just because you know someone, it does not give you authority to go and destroy someone's character. I know my family, my daughter's family were born and raised in Henley. But it does not give anyone authority to destroy my character so people can glorify themselves. It does not give authority. I don't go to people's houses. The last time I saw my in-laws, it was at the funeral. My father-in-law's funeral. It's been a year ago, Martin's siblings. That was the last time I saw them. So they can't say, Nomsa, we look after Kayla, we do this, we do this. Nobody comes here to say, Nomsa, let me take your child and give you a break to help you. Only his brother. He helps, but he only helps. He brings them because he's a brother. He needs to train his brother. He brings them together as a family. He looks after them. When people were saying Martin neglects his child, we neglected our child. My daughter was away with his auntie, his uncle and his auntie for 3 weeks. They were away on holiday. But no one gives someone authority to talk and to try to create trouble. I'm raising my children in godly way, that treat your neighbors as you would like to treat yourself. Love one another. The love that I spread for my children is they are not allowed to treat people bad. They got to love one another. That's how I raise my children. But the truth is, there's people that are claiming that Nomsa neglects her daughter. Even in the social services, when she came, you could see in her face that she had mercy. She got confused because in my children's rooms, there are trophies that they have accomplished. There are things that they have accomplished that are decorated in their rooms. And I could see she looked up. And my daughter gave me a hug. She was confused, completely confused. That how can someone do this to a family? I love my children, guys. I'll do anything for my children. But there is one thing that I don't have control. My daughter was suffering from constipation. And you could see like when it gets worse, she's in pain. I've watched her in pain. When she tries to go to toilet, she's in pain. But why is it neglect if it's something that is medical? How is it neglect? So maybe someone would have just, a good friend, because these parents, it could be someone that is close to me. It could be someone that looks after my daughter as well for play dates, that reported me to social services. But guys, social services is for emergency, for like something critical. It's not for fun where when you assume, if you love someone, you talk to them and say, Nomsa, we're worried, your daughter, she's this. Then I explain myself. But not just assume that Nomsa, she neglects her child. And mostly what made me realize is you guys, you're destroying my character, is when people gang up together, they talk about the shoes, my daughter loves high heels. Her feet, they are growing. She has got school shoes that are not high heels. She had school shoes that are high heels. And those favorite high school shoes that she likes is high heels. The school teamed up with some of the teachers. These are the teachers that are gossipers. Because if there was a problem, there was worried, the head teacher would have asked me, her teacher would have asked me. But these are people that teamed up with the people that my in-laws, they know. They team up together, they plot, even my neighbors, they plot against me to destroy me. They are even talking about my talk show, that Nomsa, she's very active on social media, talking about her talk show where she talks about demons. Who are you that is stupid, that does not know that demons exist? Who are you? Which world? And I'm sorry, Gary, for calling people stupid. But who are you that does not know that demons exist? Lucifer is a demon. Who are you that does not know that anybody who is gifted, a psychic, can see what you don't see? Who are you? Why are you going to social services, judging me for my gift that God has given me? He gave me a gift to see the invisible, to see the unseen. But why are you going to report me? I'm just making it clear, guys. The things that you are reporting is my gift. When I'm seeing the invisible, it's not mentally healthy. A gift is a gift. These people that are healing, they have TV channels, they are gifted. It's a gift that God gives you to use it. It's a gift that God gives you to heal it, and that gift can be stolen. This altar that I saw that you guys reported me, that altar wasn't here for fun. It was here because I'm fasting. Fasting, whatever you do, guys, can be exchanged. Someone who has spirit, who has evil spirit, can actually connect themselves. A pastor can connect their spirit to me. If they wanted to, they can connect their spirit. While I fast, the power can go to them. So who are you that does not know these simple things? If you don't know what it means, that's why it's important for people. If you don't know what it means when I do my talk show, if you don't know what it means, the altar, what it means. You see, there's Baptist church, right? In Henley. There's Church of England church. There's Christ Church. There's different churches in England. These are false prophecies. So what I'm going to tell you, the false prophecies can hack D2 church to their altar. They can take that church to be on their altar. Everything that D2 church do, it will benefit them. Not D2, not Baptist church. That's what it means. When someone brings an altar to you, for me, I caught the things that I caught is a testimony. I caught pastors who are false prophecies, who are going around stealing people's gift. A child who is gifted, a child who is intelligent, guys, intelligent can be exchanged. And they give that because they can link the soul of a child who is intelligent to another child. This child that they have linked to, it then end up having autism or any other sicknesses, while the other child that is linked to their soul is benefiting, is studying, is getting good grades, because their soul has been tempered with. It's a gift that God has given me. I've learned this gift to learn from Dr. Olukoya. I've learned from Pastor James. I've learned from other pastors. I take my time to learn these things because I don't want to be caught up in a place where my gift is stolen. And those who have businesses, if you have a business, you go to business events, to the people that have joined the court. What they do is they can take your business name. If you go and register to them, they can take your business name. Instead of the clients comes to you, the energy goes to them and you suffer. This is a corrupt, in spirit, they are corrupt. It's a corrupt world. It's a beautiful world, but it's also corrupt. I didn't know that I'm going to the story that is in the Bible. I'm going to face it myself. When I'm saying I faced human blood sacrifice, a sacrifice is someone wanting to take your spirit, to gain with your spirit. You die, they cage your spirit. Instead of your spirit going to heaven, they take it. Whatever your destiny is meant to be, they benefit to it from that spirit. That's what it means. That's what it means. So if you don't know that information, and that information, it does not involve you to learn about it, don't go and call social services for me. Because I had no clue. I had no clue that actually they do that until they put me under sacrifice. I went, huh? Is that what you do? It was a shock for me. But the truth is, how many people who are dying? People think they're dying normal. If I'm going to tell you the truth about this I found out that every person in my family who they thought was dying, they were sacrificing my family because my family come from a royal family. So royal family means we have wealth in us. We have a leadership skills. Naturally, the skills are already in the blood. Music is in the blood. In my bloodline, music is in the blood. The dance that you see me dance is in the blood. It's a gift that is in the blood. If you look at my children, the acting is in the blood. So the reason why I created this talk show is to make sure that, please, if you don't understand, you can follow Dr. Olukoya and you can follow Pastor James. You can follow, what's his name? Magandi is from Uganda. Pastor James is Ugandan. Pastor James worked with Lucifer from the very age of 4 until he gave his life to Jesus. He became a pastor. He's a pastor now. So I'm bound to fight because I'm very, very close to Pastor Henry. Pastor Henry is very, very close to Pastor James. I'm very, very close to them. So Lucifer is bound to torture me. Lucifer is bound to torture my family. He's bound. I'm very, very close. If Lucifer raised Pastor James, if Pastor James worked for him, so you can understand that Nomsa, she's bound to have problems with Satan because I'm close to them. As I'm speaking right now, I have a online prayer line I manage that for Pastor Henry. So when you see them, that their marriage, they are now can do marriages and stuff, it's me that is running that online, the prayer line. So I'm bound to be tortured by Satan. I'm bound. He can torture me if he wants to. Why? Because of the life and the choices that I have made to become who I want to become. So I'm just saying, I think people need to understand what they are doing, because you can't call social services and lie. Social services are there to help other children. When that woman was coming to waste time in my home, another child needed her. When she was coming to waste time in my home, my daughter, she's loved. I love my children so much. I raised one of the top kids a kid in the United Kingdom. My daughter, she's one of the top student in the United Kingdom. So why would I raise a top student and then I neglect the other one? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? My daughter, she's one of the top. She is who she is because of the home where she grew up, because of the foundation that was planted in her life. I did not raise my daughter on my own. There were people that played a part. I can give you the names. My daughter, she's one of the top. So why wouldn't this one be taken care of? Why wouldn't she get taken care of? I was reported to my older daughter social services as well. But because my daughter's father does not take any nonsense. Nick does not take any nonsense. Her family, my daughter's family, don't take any nonsense. They tried to call social services to destroy my daughter. But the family said, no, this child, she is what she is because of Nomsa. She lives with Nomsa. She is what it is. And Nick said, I'm not going to turn my daughter against her mother. They refused, completely refused, and set on a back door because they knew that they could not get my daughter through. They could not get my daughter through me. When she was doing her exams, someone will pick up a call and report me for something. And why, for me, what I don't understand is why when someone has this doubt about Nomsa, the only thing they think about, because Nomsa is a child, is social services. Even the church, Nomsa goes to church. How can you report to Nomsa for going to church? She's very active. I'm not a spiritualist, guys. Stop insulting me. If you call yourself a spiritualist, is death sentence to God. I don't want to die by being called a spiritually very active. Nomsa is very active as a Christian. I'm a Christian, guys. Very, very active. Even Dr. Olukoya, if I was hungry, if I didn't have food, guys, Dr. Olukoya will buy food for my children. That's who he is. I don't know if you guys have seen my videos. We go to church. Sometimes I personally distribute things, food in Henley from Marks and Spencer. We get food from church, from Marks and Spencer. Now they don't distribute it because my pastor realized that we are wasting food. We were not taking it. Marks and Spencer was bringing food every week in my church. But because we've already got food, when you've already done groceries, you can't use it. So it goes to waste. So my pastor has to ask them, can you wait till we find the strategy, or how we're going to distribute this food? I used to carry the food and distribute it in my area. So why would I not give that food to my daughter? Why wouldn't I give the food to my daughter, guys? So I'm just sharing this because there are mothers out there, fathers who get false accused. And some guys, their children gets taken away from them. Some, for me, I was very, very lucky. I'm very, very, very lucky because I'm very, very active with God. Very, very, very active. My prayer life, I'm very, very active. I put God first before anything else. Anything else. But before the social services, that week before they came, the angels of God came, they were surrounding my home. So I was like, these angels, why? Normally I don't see angels unless it's something that is serious. So I was like, why are they here? The angels of God, they don't have time to chit chat. They make sure that you're aware that they are here. And that's it. So I was like, why are they here? And these are violent angels. The last time I saw that angel, there was someone who kept annoying me. Kept annoying me in spirit. No, actually, I'm going to tell the truth. Someone that I love was killed by these pastors. But I said to God, the humiliation that was caused to this person, they took away his dignity. They took away everything that he presented. His life was stripped away from him. So I said, God, may the angels of God, may they intervene in this situation. I said to God, I want to see that person. I want the world to witness his pain the same way he inflicted pain in someone that I love. Those angels appeared. They were angry. They were angry. And they did it. But when the social services were called and those angels appeared, they were not here to kill anyone, but they were here. You know, Dr. Ulkoya always used the Bible in the scripture saying, touch not my anointed one. So they were here to show me that nobody is going to touch these kids. No one. And the social services, those they want to hack, God wanted me to know that they are not hacking them because they are God's children. Social services, they belong to God. Their souls belong to God. He is the creator of the earth. So they wanted to show me that whatever the plan, God wanted to show me that whatever the plan that has been planned against, behind my back, the plan to hack social services, to control them, to take children from their parents, that plan cannot stand under my daughter's name. That was all about. He cannot stand. So that's what, guys, is to me, if you don't know me, don't play with my children. Don't play with my children and pick up the phone and playing with my children, putting my name in a place where it shouldn't be. My children shouldn't be used. If pastors want to hack social services, these false prophecies, they should not be using other people to do their work. And those who are being controlled, when you know your behavior, that means that is your character, that is your behavior, to put someone in deep so you can have your own glory. Martin is a good dad. I cannot fail him with anything. Sometimes in my heart, I wish he can be a daddy who says no to other things, but he's a good dad. That is always there. He's always there for Hope. He's always there for Kayla. My two kids. All of them. All of them. He's always there. Satan tries to make him feel that he only has one daughter. But my job as a mother is to make sure that the hard work that he has done, this man, him and her father, raising these children, it doesn't go to dust. I don't raise my children on my own. That's the only thing that is different about me. The school where I go, they might have got involved in gossip, but I can tell you the teachers that are looking after my children, a teacher that is looking after my child is the teacher that produces the results in my children's life. So for me, the letter, it says even the teachers. I can tell you my own story, what I have witnessed about the teachers. They have changed my daughter from zero to hero. From zero, my daughter was bullied by the teachers in her old school. When she moved to this school, my daughter had no confidence whatsoever. God is my witness. He can testify. The angel of God can testify. My daughter was zero. Her confidence was destroyed. Nothing. She had nothing. I could cry when I look at my daughter. I could cry. The teachers, the damage that they've done to my daughter. But where were they? These people that now are calling social services, where were they when my daughter was being bullied by the teachers? Confidence is being destroyed. Did I pick up the phone and ring social services? No, I didn't. I spoke to the head teacher, and the head teacher had no intentions of solving the problems. We left. But this school where my daughter is, they have taken my daughter from zero to hero. So if you tell me, if someone rings the social services and talk to me and report me, what do you want me to say about that? They have taken my daughter from zero to hero. So this testimony that, guys, I share it with you. That whatever is written on paper, these are teachers that are gossipers. They are not involved with my daughter. Because a teacher that is involved with my daughter would stand and testify that when I took Nomsa's daughter, when I dedicated my life to be where she is today, she was on zero level. They can testify that. She was on zero level. They had bullied my daughter, left her with nothing, no confidence, nothing. Nothing. When I took my daughter to Kumo, the woman could not understand. That was 2003. My daughter, she's 10 now. She was 8. She said, Nomsa, I don't understand. About her level, I don't understand. She had to teach my daughter from the beginning, building confidence. The teachers at the school where I went, they can testify that my daughter was on a zero level. She was bullied, confidence destroyed. I'm not saying this when people are saying they've reported the teachers made a comment, apparently the teachers made a comment about it, but the school, the head teacher is, if she was aware of it, she would have told me. The teachers that are actually helping my daughter, teaching her every day, doing the hard work. I asked them, do you have a problem? They said, no. Your child does not talk much, but she's a healthy child. Me, I can't be blamed for my daughter being constipated. That's medical, that's the doctors. But what surprised me, when I got reported, maybe it meant to happen. The actually doctor that saw my daughter, because we've been trying, the doctor that saw her, she got her medication right straight away. She no longer constipated now. She no longer smelly for anybody. Because when sometimes she leave home, she's fine. When you're constipated as a child, when you go to sometimes you go to the toilet, or sometimes when you go to I'm just trying to explain that these people can realize they actually judge my daughter. And I pray that what they have done, it does not go back to them, to hunt them, because they judge my daughter. So when you're constipated, when you suffer from constipation, you go to the toilet. Sometimes if you don't go to the toilet, it can drip on your pants. And maybe sometimes she meets those people and they can smell something. And Lucifer, sometimes he has this thing. Lucifer has a thing where if he wants to, he did that to my friend. My friend works in a care home, but for children. He can put a bruise in a child if he wants something. Or he can put a smell. He can get to the grave of someone who's just been buried. He can put a smell. He can bring that smell to you. If he knows that you are a troublemaker, he can do that. Or the smell that was there, even if my daughter has not got stain or has not got anything, he can restore the stain that was there, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, for you to smell it so you can go and create trouble for Nomsa. Because for him, you guys reporting me to social services, it was him giving me a warning to say, if you don't stop what you're doing, I would mess you up with your children. That was him warning me. Because I don't play, guys. When I talk about my sacrifice, I've never told the whole story. I was assigned to be killed. There were options that were there for people. Assigned to be killed. They put, I think it was 300 spirits that they put all in one go in me. And those spirits had a different disease. So they put them in me. Festival spirit is a spirit that is carrying ancestors. It's carrying every ancestors that never made it to heaven. It's an ally for Satan. So when they're carrying those spirits, they went and recruited millions and millions. That there is a child that we are going to kill. And that child, when that child is killed, Jesus, someone similar to Jesus will be born. But the mistake was mad that I survive. And that child has become terror. I have become a nonsense to every ancestor, to every bloodline that agreed and said, yes, we are going to enter to help you kill her. I have become a nonsense, but that's what you guys don't know. Why did they do that? But they taught me I had to learn in spirit. While they were destroying me, I had to learn in spirit. The Billy Gates spirit that he saw, the smoke that is wiping out people, that is a festival spirit. I saw it in the spirit. They have graves for children. They're killing children. They have graves for parents. So they kill adults, they kill children. Every year, once this spirit enters with false accusation, it creates a false accusation, and the families separate. They fight, they separate, he enters. When he enters, he leaves the bloodline. When he finds the bloodline wealthy or everything, he leaves them with nothing. Poverty. Human-wise, it wipes them out. It takes them out. It wipes the bloodline out. Every year, that spirit has to come and claim a soul. Every year. Once he enters the family, the bloodline has to pray because that's what he does. So when he told the world what he saw, he wasn't lying. But you guys welcomed his dream because he's a celebrity. He's your king. When Nomsa sees a dream, we go to call social services and get her children to be taken from her because she has mental health problems. That's what you all think. But when Bill Gates tells you, that's what you guys are, oh yeah, because he has a title. But that spirit is the same spirit that was being used to take my life. If they had succeeded, every year, my family would have lost a soul. If I die in November, if I had died in July, if I had died in August, every August, that spirit would have had to come and take a soul in my bloodline. But I survived. When I survived, I already seen in spirit what they do. When I came back, I became the problem to them. He doesn't like it. Satan, he doesn't like it. I became a good problem, though. I'm on the good side. I'm on the good side. So those who are reporting me, teaming up, let's report Nomsa. That's what they do. They have grave for children. They have grave for adults. Where if they want a life, they put a heart attack. They take a life. The doctors will say, died of a heart attack. Every year, they come and take a soul. Died of heart attack. A heart attack, it becomes famous in the family. Oh, this family are dying with heart attack. Died with mental health problems. When they hit someone with insanity, that person is left with nothing, undignified. That's what they do. I watch everything. And I said, huh? That's what you do? And I made a vow that whatever they're doing, God, let me do good. I have Dr. Olukoya who already knows about them. I can learn from him. I went to Dublin. I don't joke, guys. You can all call social services. I don't joke. I went to Dublin to meet Dr. Olukoya. And then I came back. He was teaching about them. So I learned. I came back. I got anointed. I came back with my pastor. And then every now and then, I go for deliverance. But even though, guys, when I say I've been hours under sacrifice, I lived with Martin. I lived with Martin's sister. So in your head, do you guys think he spared their life? Do you think Nomsa, she's just talking? He spared their life. Whatever Nomsa is going through, they never gonna go through. You better kidding me. You better be kidding me, guys. You better be kidding me. That you guys, people are so dumb. That, okay, she's lying. She's making things up. She wants attention. But why their attitude, their character, how they behave is being displayed to you all. They need to go for deliverance, not annoying Nomsa. Every person that lived in Henley, when I was going deliverance, that lived outside Henley, where I stepped on my foot, they got affected. And they are busy hacking others. I was hacked, but now they are the ones who are hacking others while they are busy saying, oh, social services, oh, Nomsa did this. Nomsa loves and protect. If you don't know my teaching, you don't understand my teaching, follow Dr. Olukoya. You will understand where my language is coming from. You will understand when you follow Pastor James, when Pastor James tells you that I worked for Lucifer. Lucifer exists. He's a demon. It's not a belief. For me, it's not a belief that even the Bible tells you that there's Jesus, there's Satan. But when you stop me to follow Jesus and you're crucifying me, who do you follow? It means you follow Satan. The people that I lived with my children. Do you think he spared them? I had to pray for my children. My children, I carried them in my womb. But my cry, when I cry and say, God, you have mercy, my children can be healed through me because I carried them. Do you think he spared them? Do you think he spared the people that I live with? No, he didn't. It's only you all that needs to listen. Look at these people's character, how they behave. Lucifer takes souls. When he takes a soul, when you are married, he says, dump, you dump. When he wants to hold your finances, he holds your finances. You have to go for deliverance. They didn't go, but I went. And everybody else is annoying me. They didn't go for deliverance. And you guys, whatever they do, they get blamed. But it's not them. That's Satan. When your soul is taken, you don't have control in it. You live a normal life. A normal life where people just look at you when you make mistakes and people laugh sometimes and people, they blame sometimes, but you don't need to blame. You want to take your soul? Here's the Bible. And those who are busy, Lucifer is a very, very demon that uses psychology. Do you think why I quote him? I keep quoting him. He uses a psychology against people. He uses a psychology. He knew, number one, he knew that my daughter appears with me when she's filming. Is also a demon of humiliation. He humiliates people. He knew exactly that this child, everybody connected to Nomsa knows that Nomsa loves this child, but they are not going to take her child. I'm going to try anyway to get social services, but using her child and using these people that are too much I know or too much lying to cause trouble to other people's homes, who like to destroy other people's homes, and people that assume, never ask, they lie, they say, I love you, they lie. Lucifer tells you, will tell you, the person, when someone says, I love you, he'll tell you that he's a liar. He knows as a human being, we are liars. We can turn against our own within a second. He knows that. People can turn against anybody, even myself. I'm a human being. I can turn against someone within a second. He knows. He knows that. That's what humans are created, how we are created. He knows. So he knows our weaknesses. He knows our strength. That's what he does. He knows. For me, what helps me is knowing who I am, my character. When I find myself with the thoughts of destroy, I'm like, I don't destroy no one. I'm like, no, 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 this is not me. And I call him out. You leave. So all I'm saying to you guys, there are so many parents out there who are losing children, parents, women, they are losing children, and those children are those parents are innocent. Not everyone that loses children is guilty. They are innocent. For me, it happened to me. I never thought it would happen, but it did. I woke up one day, received a phone call. I'm busy getting ready for my graduation, making sure that my gowns have been ordered, they've arrived there, making sure that I'm gonna look good, arranging everything. But that phone call came to shut my dreams. I never did shut my dreams because I was meant to glorify God, but it didn't. But that phone call was meant to take my glory away. Woke up in the morning, I received a phone call. The social services, we have received a phone call of neglect. I was like, who have I neglected now? Child neglect. You've neglected your daughter. Your daughter, she's this, she smells, she's this. Seriously, guys? When someone has a problem, we have to shame them. You shamed my daughter. And her family got involved to shame their own blood. To get involved, because for me, at first, this is not the first time. The first one, her father walked in by the door and said, someone has gone to my sister and they're threatening to call social service. But I said, but that's not right. If I'm worried myself, where do I get the time to drive it to someone's house and tell them that I'm going to call social services? Then I said, let them call social services. It's a threat. But going to her auntie, it wasn't really going to her auntie. They wanted her auntie to get involved. She's like me. She doesn't like gossip anyway. She's an auntie who doesn't like gossip anyway. That one does not gossip. She's like me and like her brother. We don't gossip. We don't get involved in gossip. She doesn't talk or fight anyone. She lives her own life. But she was being dragged so she can say something. And I said to her father, I said, just tell them not to get involved. But they did. Because the people don't listen. Lucifer just wants blood. This spirit, he wants blood. When he involves the people with false accusation, all they want is for you to treat that person. That's how the spirit works, the festival spirit. Where I come from, in the village where I come from, people have been wiped out. I'm not joking or I'm not lying. But what the people didn't understand in the village where I come from, they thought it was witchcraft, people killing each other. So they started fighting. But what they didn't realize is the spirit that is wiping people out. So the pastors pulled that spirit to come to me. They didn't realize it's the spirit that is wiping people out. And now is giving me problems. They pulled it out so he can help them to get the audience. But that's the spirit that is wiping people out. That Bill Gates saw. He enters with accusation. It's called a Syrian. Is it Syrian spirit? Syrian? Is that spirit, whatever, when you watch, what's his name? Sometimes that's why I ask myself with this Hollywood TV series that the spirits they create, sometimes these spirits some of them are real. What is this TV series? There is whatever, yeah. The spirit that Bill Gates saw, he enters with the accusation. Families, it leaves the family their lives turned upside down. Once he enters the family, every year he goes and take the blood. And that's why I'm saying to people, don't get involved, because I know what I know. Once he enters Martin's bloodline, Martin's father died. This is the anniversary, is the death anniversary of his father. They are trying to enter the door to take the blood. But Nomsa says no. But you guys are saying yes. By agreeing to the nonsense. You shut the door. When someone comes in and say, this is what Nomsa, you shut the door. Nomsa lives in this address. Go to her. Nomsa does not live here. I was raised by my grandmother. She raised me to know that Nomsa, if someone is not in the room to defend themselves, don't talk about them, because when you talk about someone and they are not there to defend themselves, it's a lie. Give people a chance to defend it. He was like, my grandmother used to say, defend when you talk about someone. If they do something that you didn't like, say it when they are there, so they don't do it again. And that's the truth. But for me, guys, I feed my daughter. I buy loads of food. I feed my daughter. Nobody looks after my daughter. If my daughter knows she can't eat in someone's home. And even my neighbors know they cannot feed my daughter without my authority. Why would you give my daughter child without food, without my authority? I'm the parents. Why would you feed my daughter and feed and call social services? You don't feed my daughter without my authority. My daughter knows she cannot eat in people's home, which she doesn't. So why would people lie? If my daughter suffers with constipation, why would you judge me? If you are a parent, you have children, why wouldn't you speak to? I always look presentable myself. My children, my daughter always look presentable. She has a uniform Monday to Friday. She has tops. One top, she has more than 5 tops. She wears different tops Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. She wears different dresses Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If I could not afford clothes, school they sell second-hand uniform. I could go and buy a second-hand uniform. It's only £2 or £5. Are you guys having a laugh? I'm just saying that if you destroy other people, don't put my name in it. Even destroying someone else's life is not right. And for me, I wonder what kind of these people that know my in-laws that are like this character, what kind of people do they hang out with? What kind of people do the people hang out with that will make false accusation? Okay, let me read these accusations so you guys can let me find this letter and the statement that was made. Let me find it. And for me personally, guys, I don't want to lie to you. I'm not scared of social services. I always speak the truth. I know social services, people fear social services. But for me, I don't fear them because I know that their job is not there to threaten the society. Their job is there for them to help the society. But if they are causing a threat, then the government needs to reevaluate the rules that they should not be a threat to the society. I'm not. One day I may want to go to and see the MP. One day I may want to go and see the Prime Minister for what I have been through myself, to make sure that the parents don't have to go through what they are going through. I find myself one day, every department had been called, and the police asked a question. They said, seriously, what are we here for? They asked, they said, why are we here? Why have we been called? They said, we know these kids, we know her. Why have we been called? And they left. They said, no, we're not getting involved. Why people judging her? They left. And these people, when I was going through human blood sacrifice, why weren't there? They were not there to help. No one was there. It's only the people that I never met, even in the surgery where I go to. They played a party to help me even when my daughter, when the social services conducted her, the doctor said, this is a judgment. They are judging her, and it's not right. Make a child feel safe and loved, not judged. She completely dismissed the everything, and she called me and said, this is judgmental. She should not be judged. She should be loved. She should feel loved. And she said, I hope the medication works, and it worked. And for me, that's how I feel that my daughter shouldn't have been judged. I've gone through social services where these witch doctors and these false prophecies, they want to enter United Kingdom. They control someone to call social services through my oldest one. Her family, they are very educated. Very educated. They don't take any nonsense. To them, love is love. They were like, no, this child, she is who she is because of her mother. Her auntie said, I'm the second mommy. She is where she is because I was allowed to be a second mother. Hope's auntie, she's the second mother. Her uncle is the second father. They are there for my daughter. Even if I died today, I would die knowing that my children are being looked after. They will never ever, if Hope, my daughter, if I wasn't here, they will make sure that Hope's sister is looked after, even if she has her family. They will never ever turn their back on my children, two of them. Christmas time, birthday times, they know that Hope has a sister. They will never ever. They refused that nonsense. And the social services never returned. They went to my daughter's school. You know, when you are at school, you're studying, and people enter from nowhere, social services, and the school were like, what's the heck? That door was not opened for them. It was refused by the school because the school were like, she's a smart child. Isn't it the mother that needs to take credit? Who needs to take credit? But what people don't know is these witch doctors and false prophecies, they need a brain. Once they find a brain, they put mentally health problems or they hit mentally, and then they found an altar. That becomes an altar. All they need is a brain to hit mentally health problems, to go into insanity. Once they have that brain, when you go to the hospital, then that's when they are hacking people. They hack people in different places to use them. But when you explain to people, because the Bible says people perish because of lack of knowledge. People say it doesn't exist, but it does. When you hear these, your cultists, your celebrities, they tell you that they've joined occult. What do you think they've joined occult for? Diddy is in prison. There are spiritual, occultic spirit where you have to sleep with children. When you join this spirit, your job to get famous, you sleep with children, and the children, even if you are not famous, you sleep with children, and then that sleeping with virgin, it makes you wealth. Your wealth, you become a billionaire. There's laws. There's a spirits where people join. Pastors, they sleep with the virgin, or they sleep with any human being to get powers. They get powers in a way when they touching you. You fall on TV. When they touch you, you fall on TV, and it brings more audience. Did you see the power? Did you see the power? That power comes from sex. It happens. People, when they have problems, they go to pastors. And the pastor will say, God says, I need to have sex with you to deliver you. God says, I need to have sex with you to get rid of the problems that you have. Which God? God will never say that. That's Satan. They're serving Satan. If I put this video on Facebook, people will come forward. That pastors have actually destroyed their lives. They sleep with them to get powers. But people don't know that the world exists. People don't talk about it because they are scared of being judged. When these celebrities come to you and says, I've joined a cult, what do you think, what kind of a cult they have joined? Some they've joined to sleep around, to get wealth. The more you sleep with people, the more you get wealth. You are going to take drugs. They have to take drugs. They have to live Lucifer's life, where there's drugs, laws of sex, everything. Pedophiles. Some they joined the cult to become pedophiles. But they don't know that when they're joining it. When they're being handed over that spirit, and then they get told, for this spirit to work, for you to make money, to do this, you're going to have to do this. That's what they do. And that world exists in this world where we're in. Our children are exposed, but someone is wasting my time and calling social services. Why Nomsa is stopping it? You're wasting my time and calling social services. My prayer, it means stopping it. There's laws and laws of false prophecies. They do that. God says, I have to, you tell them that your problems, they tell you, God says, I need to have sex with you. So your problems will go away, deliverance. Which God? And in which world do you guys live in? Testimony, people share testimonies on YouTube all the time about it. Where Nomsa says demons exist. Because this pastor, when the pastor starts saying, I need to have sex with you to deliver you, to help you move forward, to help you get married. Some people, there are some girls who wants to get married. There are men who gets married. Even pastors who are women, they sleep with men and say, God says, I need to have sex with you in order for you to go and find a woman of your dreams. Which God? Which God? All these things, they happen in this real world. They happen. Sacrifice happens in the real world. I was one of them. For me, I went through sacrifice. When I went through sacrifice, one of my friends told me that she got abused by one of the pastors who was having sex with her so she can get married. God said, I need to deliver you. God said, but which God? God will never say have sex with Nomsa to be delivered. That's Lucifer. So all these things happen, guys. It happens in this world. Some businesses, they make money, natural. But some businesses, they make money through the spirit, through a cult. Some celebrity, they make money natural. They refuse to join a cult. Actually, there's another celebrity that I wanted to share his video. He actually talks about it. He refused to join a cult. He's a footballer, actually. Is he? Is in America, in the US? Yeah. He refused. Some celebrities, they get knocked down. They disappear because they refuse to join a cult. But some celebrity, they say yes, and they become something else. They become big. But if they are talented, wouldn't they become big on their own? They can, because Satan is a liar. He tells them, if you want to be big, do this. And this is what I'm fighting. I have a talk show. My children, they do acting. If these people enters every audience where my children go, they'll own everybody. They do filming. Kayla does the filming. Hope does the filming. Where she goes is a acting school, where performing art schools, where they meet different people from all walks of life. Imagine if they were to enter and start hacking ever. That's what they want anyway. To enter, hack my audience and hack their audience. Hack people where they go. Because that's the other explanation that I can explain. You can't just pick up the phone and say, by the way, Nomsa, neglect the neighbors feed HR. Neighbors don't feed my daughter. And if you have fed my daughter without my authority, that's a crime. It is a crime to give someone food if the parents have not agreed to that. You have to speak to a parent first. If I say, yes, my daughter can eat, then you feed them. But I don't remember one day my daughter comes home. Even my next door neighbor that I say, her home is a second home. Guys, I'm just going to be clear. For me, I know people gossip. I know people talk. Some people might have called the social services knowing that my daughter goes to my next door neighbor and they use that. But for me, I'm going to share it as a testimony that that woman, she dedicated her life to accept my daughter in her life and her husband, her family. So all I have to do is speak life in her life. Even her, when she feeds my daughter, she will send her children, Nomsa, is it okay if Kayla to have dinner with us? She will send her children to ask. So people cannot say, but then because her sister is gone, is at uni, so she's on her own. So I just let her hang out with her children. Sometimes the children, they come to my house, they mess up my house. Normally when they're being chased out their house, they come to my house, they mess up my house. When they're done, then they leave. They don't tidy up, they leave. By the time I'm looking for them, they're gone. All of them. Even my daughter follows. And I'm like, you guys need to tidy up. That's only the testimony that I can share. I don't know anything else where I can say better stuff about the neighbors. For me, what I see where I am, I see good people. I see all of these neighbors, they come together. Summertime, they come together. Sometimes you see them coming together in one place. They have a barbecue. That's what I see. Even where we live in Casa Green, that was the same thing. Same thing. We'll go the field. We'll have a barbecue once a year, where all the residents, they come together, bring food, and we just have a barbecue. That's all I know. I've never ever ever. If I can say on my side and speak about the bad neighbors and say I've had the bad neighbors, I don't know anything that is written about someone being bad. I've never witnessed it myself. I see good people around me. People can pretend, guys, but that's okay. But for me, what I see good people. And also, I don't see them feeding my daughter. I don't see them feeding my daughter. So all I'm asking is, people, before someone goes and report me and do anything, my social media, I can talk about God, I can talk about demons. I'm not putting anybody in danger or anything. Demons exist. It's a gift. I have a gift. If I see a demon, I see a demon. But I don't talk about demon. I talk about the altar, because, guys, the altar, and I talk about the things that I see. Because sometimes there are some people that we see who are gifted. We don't know the journey that they have gone. For me, I'm fasting, I'm cleansing. Cleansing, it means I'm seeing things that no one would see. I'm seeing things that are invisible that people wouldn't, a normal person wouldn't see. That's a gift. I can't be crucified for it. I cannot be told that I'm putting my children in danger. A gift is a gift. If I go to a stage where I have to raise the dead, what is wrong with that? If I go to a stage where I have to go to the hospital, I raise the dead. What is wrong with that, with the Nomsa raising the dead? It's a gift. I'm giving someone a life. If I go to a stage where I have to raise people from their wheelchair, heal people, God, through me, I don't do it myself. But if God goes to a stage where God, through me, God can heal the sick, God can raise the dead, what is wrong with that? So for me, that's the question that I ask. That's the same question that I ask the social services. What is wrong with me with my gift? What's wrong with me being gifted? Or is it someone wants me to look stupid so they can do what? What is wrong with it? If I fast, I pray, and go to a point where God says, Nomsa, now I need to go, I need you to go and heal my people. I need you to raise people from the disabled. I need you to give them a life. I need you to, I need the blind to see through you. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? So that's the question that I have, guys, that what is wrong with someone when someone is gifted? Why can't I share my story, the journey why do you want to see the glory, but you don't want to see the pain that I have to go through it? Because I have to go through pain. I have to meet Lucifer. Lucifer has to torture me. You can't just wake up one day and say, oh, all these people that are healing people, they didn't just wake up one day in the morning, they become healers, they're healing people, they're doing whatever they are doing. They didn't do that. They had to go through pain. So I'm the same thing, I'm no different. If I'm gifted, if God has given me a gift, and I'm able to stand and say, God, I'm willing to be where you want me to be. But okay, I'm going to fast, I'm going to cleanse, to take my bloodline to the next level where no one has ever been, to take my children to the next level where no one has ever been, to create billionaires in my bloodline, to create millionaires in my bloodline, to create intelligence in my bloodline. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? If you don't have a knowledge of Nomsa, what she's doing, why not take me for coffee? And then I explain to you where I'm going so we can both know. But at the same time, guys, I'm not angry. I know that Jesus himself was crucified. Even the Bible says, in my name, you will go to prison. In my name, you could be killed. There are people, other countries that they are being killed. I'm aware of it. And I'm happy to go through that. So this is the testimony where everybody has to understand. Families, if the Bible says a brother will turn against his brother, a sister will turn against his sister, the husband will turn against his wife, the wife will turn against his wife, her husband, in my name. I'm happy to go through that. When I'm standing there in that throne of grace with God, I'm happy to look back and say I met this man, but he rejected for who I became today. I'm happy to do that when I'm raising the dead. I'm happy to stand and say, God, this man that I dated, he did not believe in who I'll become. He judged me. I'm happy to say, my brother, my sister, they judge me for who I will become, for who I am today, because they didn't understand. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy, but what I can tell you is nothing is for free. You have to be able to face the consequences of Satan, not me. Me, I don't punish no one. It's Satan and God. God will put you in that court of grace, the throne of grace. People in the realm of the spirit, they go through his court, they don't know. When God puts you in that court, the person who takes you to the court is Lucifer. He says, God, this person does not deserve to live. Therefore, I'm going to inflict them with cancer. I'm going to inflict them with this because they don't deserve to live. But God has to take those accusations and wait for somebody to enter the throne of grace and defend that person and defend that bloodline and defend themselves. Say, God, I'm sorry for the pain that I have caused. That's how the realm of the spirit works. But if you don't understand how it works, don't go and report me to social services to bully me because of the lack of knowledge. These people, I don't talk to them. Even my daughter, all I can say is my daughter goes to school. She goes to a very good school. As a parent, I can testify. But if people are trying to mingle with my daughter to destroy my daughter, to destroy my life, for me, I've got nothing to say. Even on the statement, the teachers, apparently some of the teachers have made a comment to the parents and helping them to report me to the social services. I can say the teachers that teaches my children, my daughter, I go to them and ask, is there anything I can help? And these teachers, they never say no. They always give me work. Say, would you mind to help them maybe reading first, writing first? They always have a challenge for me to do for my children. I have this thing with my children. If my daughter wasn't happy at school, in the school where she is, I would have removed her straight away. But she's happy. She's happy, 100% happy. So I'm kind of completely confused in my head. I'm completely confused. My daughter, she's happy. The teachers have removed her from 0 to hero. So I'm confused with what is going on. That's the confusion that I have. I don't get involved in gossip myself. The father of my children is the same. He doesn't get in gossip and family hoo-ha. He doesn't get in it does not get involved in all those things. I'm the same too. I don't get involved in family hoo-ha. Every family has their own hoo-ha. He doesn't get involved. I don't. But we are being dragged. So all I can say is to you guys, the grandfather of my children left a legacy behind, which is my children. That's how I see it. His name, when my family tree, his name will always be called. The father of these children in Nomsa, the father of the children is this one. The grandfather of these children is this one on their father's side. His name is always going to be mentioned. His same name, which is the name, the bloodline name, is always going to be mentioned in his name. Therefore, I need to make it very clear. Those who don't know me, who have never ever sat down with me and asked my thought about who am I, what kind of a person, what kind of a life that I live, guys. I don't get involved in gossip. I don't get involved in nonsense. My family are protected. I was protected growing up as a child. I was protected by those that loves me. They gave me love. They gave me everything that a child would want to feel safe. But I have to do the same for my children. I have to do the same, protect my children and their bloodline. So if you enter my life, you use me to tear my family's life upside down, to drag me, to humiliate. Because when someone calls, if I'm on Facebook, I'm working. If someone calls my children's family and say, Nomsa said, that is tearing the family upside down. I can tell you guys my gift, I don't play games with anyone. I don't play games. I'm talking the evil world. I don't play games. With Satan, I don't play games. You want to enter Henley? What do you want in Henley? What do you want to do in Henley? You have to explain. I have to take this thing. Tell me, Satan, you want to enter Henley on Thames? You want to destroy the land of Henley on Thames? Why? So sorry, guys. So for me, that's who I am. So if you want to enter Hindu on Thames, because they can open a portal. If they open a portal of false prophecies, they want to enter Hindu on Thames. I want to know why. In the spirit, they can open a portal. So this is where Nomsa comes in. Why? Why do you want to destroy people in India? Come in. So for me, sorry guys. So for me, that's the question that I ask. That I ask the people. I ask a false prophecies. If you want to enter Henley on Thames, what do you want to do in Henley on Thames? So when you open a portal to destroy people, that's when I come in. I want to know why. I want to know why. So people like normal people, when you explain to them that a portal can be open to destroy businesses, a portal can be open to destroy a country, a portal can be opened to spread cancer. They can open a portal. That's why in some places you hear the cancer is gone high. Illuminati, their job is to form a circle and then chant. They can chant whatever they chant. If they want the crime to go high, if they want the stabbing to go high, they can make a plan, open a portal to do that in cities. They can do that. If they want divorce to go high, they can open a portal to chant. That's what Illuminati is for. That's what Mason is for. That's what these groups of occultic, that's what they are for. They don't just form occultic for fun. Occultic is to work. So this is where I'm like, why do you want to enter Hindi on Thames? Then I'm like, by the blood. Come in. Oh. maybe that's the questions. So for me, for you guys to report me to social services is a waste of time. But I come and talk about these things. Even in my church, that's what we do. That's what my church do. We protect. We protect our families, we protect our cities. That's what we do. That's what Dr. Olukoya MFM Church is for. When these occultic people, when they tell you that they can destroy businesses, if they want the businesses not to thrive in United Kingdom, they can open a portal specific to destroy the businesses. If they want abuse to go up, they can open a portal specific for the abuse, whether it's sexually abuse or whatever. They can open a portal to every country that they want to do that. If they want the president to go mad, like in Tanzania, if they want the president to go mad and start killing people, they can open a portal and do that. That's what the Satan's job is for those who say, oh, by the way, Nomsa talks about demons. I don't talk about demons, guys. I talk about life in general. I talk about God and I talk about Satan. I'm allowed to do that. I talk about the journey. When I'm fasting, I've got enemies. I'm creating enemies of God. I'm on God's side. So I'm bound to have Satan as my enemy. But those who don't know, they think life is just simple and straightforward. I live here. When the portal, like I live near the graveyard. When they open a portal for me, sometimes they say Nomsa talks in tongue. But mostly the only place where, guys, I'm going to be honest, where I get really, really mad is when I'm asking the Spirit, what are they doing in Henry on Tapes? When the portal is open, I go mad. This is the time, that time. But they didn't mention that time. They mentioned the good times when I'm praying in tongues. I'm glorifying God. I'm praying, glorifying God. But the times where I truly, truly go mad. When I'm asking the portal, when I see that there's a portal that is open, or when I see mostly, sometimes they can open a portal for the children to go down, a school not to do anything. And the doctors are happy to say this one is PhD, this one is that. The parents, because they like all these diagnoses, they welcome it with open arms. That's what Illuminati is for. It's not for fun, guys. When you join those people that have joined the celebrities, that have joined, there's a big celebrity, her spirit, her witchcraft. Is the gods of the tree. The gods of the tree, they hit the brain. When they hit a human being's brain, it does not stay the same. That's her witchcraft. Her witchcraft is so strong. They destroy people's life. But because you guys are not, you don't see in that world. When you go on YouTube, you hear these celebrities naming who is who. Don't think they're joking. All you can do, you can read the Bible and ask God to open your eyes to see the invisible. God, open my eyes to see what I don't see. That's when you will see what you don't want to see. And you'll be like, that's the world. But guys, if I'm gifted, if I am who I am, you can't go to social services. How many times are you all gonna keep reporting me? If my in-laws, they have never come across a woman like me, it will be the first. When I raise the dead, don't look surprised. When God says, Nomsa, it's time for you to heal the sick, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. When God says, Nomsa, heal whatever the sickness that is, when I go and touch someone, he says, I've been healed, don't be surprised. That's my life. Whatever I choose to do, God chooses me to, through me, whatever he chooses to do. If I refuse to do it, God can kill me. If I refuse to use my gift, this is the gift that I was born with. If God says, Nomsa, it's time for you, I need you to go and raise the dead. If I refuse, or if I refuse to share my testimony, what do you think it would have happened? Do you think Nomsa she loves sharing her testimony? I don't. God is not what you guys think. He's a God that saves life. Even sometimes when you don't want to share your testimony, his covenant is, I healed you. I saved you from death. I need you to save my children, other children. So you can't crucify me for that. I'm different. Yes, I am different. I've gone to my friend's house for a wedding. I come out there wanting to be killed. That's what I've been through. I go for a wedding, I get an invitation. Nomsa come to my wedding. I go to my wedding. False accusation again. This girl comes in. I'm just sitting there listening to Dr. Lukoya. She drugs me now. She wants to kill me, and she tells everyone, Nomsa is chanting, Nomsa is this. But what was happening, all of them, they made fun of me. But what they didn't realize that Satan was testing my spirit. He wants to know, is even on a live television with Dr. Olukoya. Is everything he's doing, he's testing my spirit. What kind of a spirit? When does the spirit get activated? That's what they are doing. Anger. My children, remember, I carried my daughter for 9 months. I'm raising this child, and if someone wants to take this child away from me, what in their mind they want to see whether my spirit is going to manifest, but it cannot manifest because God is in charge of when my spirit will manifest, when it won't. He's in charge of it. It's not a bad spirit that just manifests and kill people. No, it's not. I watched that girl. She could have killed me. God would have let it happen. He wouldn't have let me demolish her home. My friend is home. What she didn't know, even my best friend that I have known for 10 years, what she didn't know is she didn't know that I can demolish her house. Not demolish because I want. She didn't know that God can use me to actually demolish her house. She had no idea because it's something that I don't talk about. But they were testing me. But they didn't know. What they didn't know is God would have let me die. Because the spirit that I have is not a bad spirit that he has to manifest on anybody. When someone decides to have fun with me, he has to manifest now. My only spirit manifested when my father-in-law died. I could feel that I wanted to bring people down. The anger when I was lying, when I saw him lying in the hospital, neglected, when the home had said we can no longer care for him. That's when my anger. But I asked myself, this spirit never came back. We never done that. Why? I realized it wasn't me. It was God. He was angry. He was showing me that this is the judgment because they didn't just neglect him. My friend told me later, one of the girls that I know, she's not my friend. What I know, she testified one day that someone confessed something in that care home. And that's when everything made sense. That is actually, I was getting in, it was God who was putting the judgment. So all I'm saying that, don't judge me. When my father-in-law, everybody came and said goodbye to him, I said, God, I'm not ready to say goodbye to him. Through me, you can bring him back. They all came and called each other. That was it. I said, God, I'm not ready to bring him back. That's the secret that these people trashing me. They don't know what me, I'm just causing trouble to Lucy. To him, I'm causing trouble, but I'm not. I said, God, I'm not ready to say goodbye. There is some of his family that are not ready to say goodbye. Give me a second chance. Give him a second chance. Through me, you can do. I didn't give up. And God said, okay. And that ambulance, the ambulance, when someone is in their final bed, the ambulance have to stay with her. But God controlled the situation. Everybody, the ambulance, they went to sit in the front. And that was left to just me and my family. And I had to ask God, bring him back. In MFM, in the Bible, you can use the anointing oil to bring the blood back if you wanted to. And God said, let him drink. He drank. He drank that anointing oil. He came back. He said he came back. But his family, even today, everyone wondered, how come he didn't die? He didn't die because I said to God, it wasn't time for him to go. I wanted to take my father-in-law's soul, give it back to God. But I needed the time. He gave me what I wanted, to give me that time. So why would you report me to social services if my work is like that? Why would you report me? Why would you treat me so bad? He gave me a second chance. I brought him back. He came back and he was moved somewhere else, far away, where Nomsa cannot reach him anymore. He was far because I work, I've got kids. I couldn't travel. He had to control them to move him away. That's how he managed. But I said, God, it doesn't matter. We can take his soul, give it back to the throne of grace. And it took me 21 days. That's my life. That's what I do. It took me 21 days to take my father-in-law's soul back from Lucifer, give it back to God. Did I have to just take it back? No, I didn't. I had to pray. I had to ask for mercy. Every judgment that Lucifer had against my daughter's bloodline, I had to ask for mercy. That's how it works. I had to be willing to die. And that's what it cost me. I had to be willing to lose something because Satan doesn't joke. But I was prepared to lose that as long as I take the sword. I was happy to do that. But Satan had to hand over the soul to God because I was crying every single day. When everybody goes to sleep, these people, when they say Nomsa, she's plays in tongues, I don't play in tongues, make noise. I play in tongues in silence. But when I'm crying to God, or when the portal is open and I scream. That party they did not mention because Lucifer does not want that party to be mentioned. They mention the party where I don't make noise. And if I can ask you guys, what do you know about tongues? Because if I can ask those who made a statement, what do you know about tongues? That means the Spirit spoke through somebody. So that's me. I had to sacrifice my life. And those people that are treating me bad, if I had to do for them, if I had to take their sorrow, wouldn't I do it? I will do it because that decision is not mine. I can't say no to God. Those who are treating me bad, who have reported me to social services, those who are actually wanting to destroy my daughter, when they are in trouble, I don't have a choice to say, I'm sorry, God, I'm busy, I can't do that. I can't, because He will just slap me and put me to coma if I don't do it. If I have to pray for them and ask for mercy, I will do it. That's what God is. He does not save the people that you love. He does not save the people that you like. God saves everybody. Those who have made a phone call to social services, when they are in trouble, God will make sure that it gets to me. He'll make sure that it gets to people that can help them. He will heal them. That's who He is. So you can only report me and say, Nomsa, she is going to whatever. If I have to go to prison for God, I'll go. If I have to die for God, I'll die. If I have to die saving someone's life, I will die. It's fine. I know where I'm going. I know where my life is going. Because I'm not here where I am today because of me or because of God. There were people who risked their life to make sure that I live. And that's why I'm here today, guys. And that's what I've learned. And not anybody that is going to change, not even social services are going to change the person that I become. They can't. They can get cold. They can come to my home and say what they want to say. God will always defend me. If God wants me, He will never ever let my daughter be taken to social services, but He can let me go to prison. Why He can let me go to prison? So I can raise the altar of Him, His name to be glorified. I can change the prison to glorify God and change those people and make them holy. And then they can all be healed, be Christians, and go around the world and save people. He can make me do that. But God will never ever let my children be taken by social services. That's what I need to tell you guys. He will never, ever, ever, ever. It is the covenant that He has promised. When God promises, even in the Bible, His promises are true and are yes and amen. He will never ever do that. He will never ever let me save Him and destroy my children. He will always be there for my children. Whether they are eating it or not eating it, He will always bring a helper to buy food for them. He will always bring me as a helper to help my children. They will never ever suffer, my children. Never. Will never ever suffer. But they have to face their battles when they are older. Who I am, that's who they're gonna be. So those who say she's a Christian, we don't associate with those. Oh, who do you think? What did this person say? Who do you think you are? You think you're some special child? My children are the same. When they are older, what are you guys going to do? Now I'm asking her own bloodline. What are they going to do? And my daughter, now if I'm not here, I'm dead. She's manifesting now. She wants to become this person that wants to become, because I'm your mother. If God is giving them their gift, if she becomes that, what are you guys going to do? Are you going to say, are you going to report it to social services? Watch Black Lightning, then make a decision. Black Lightning is real. That those spirit that you see is Hollywood, is written by these witches. They know that these spirit exists. And in the evil ones, they use them to destroy people's life. So you can watch it. Black Lightning, the reason why I'm saying watch Black Lightning is to see his children, how they're like. So what do you think my children are like? If I'm gifted, what do you think my children are going to be like? You think they're just going to be ordinary? They're not. And then what are you guys going to do when they're older? Are you going to neglect them? Are you going to say you're Christian and you don't want to in our lives? What are you going to do? You chose to bring me. Your child, you chose to date a Christian child. That's who I am. But now I'm being judged for my Christianity. I'm being judged for who I become. But what for? What is wrong with someone? Any family would love to actually have a child like me. Any mother, any father would love to have a daughter-in-law like me. My father-in-law will speak proudly. That's why I love that man so much. When I hear where he's been, I hear the great. He was so proud that his son, but what they didn't know is what happened. It was 1 week before he died. These people were just hurting because in the spirit he can feel it, he knows. His ancestors can see the hurt. So they were just hurting them. When I'm saying I survived, I don't believe in ancestors myself. When I say I survived the human blood sacrifice, do you think ancestors were involved? They refused, because if ancestors don't show up, if God does not show up, God is God. We the ancestors they are his children. So do you think, okay, Nomsa, we could have treated Nomsa bad because she's, God knows the help that I did. He knows what kind of a person that I am. Anyone else can say their own, anyone else can say their own. But I can testify and say that I'm standing today because of my character. Even the spirit that came to kill me, that spirit was in Gracewood, where I lived before. We didn't know anything about it. I lived with Martin and his sister. It was there before it was removed. It was there, meaning they got affected. They need to go for deliverance, not annoying Nomsa. Finances is them that because they never delivered. When you go through human blood sacrifice, money goes out, but it does not come in. That's not me. But I'm getting the blame. It goes out. You can all sit down with Martin. What I'm saying, you can confirm it. Because he's never been delivered and deliverance. He needs to go for deliverance. His sister needs to go for deliverance. Some people that live in Henley, Weatherspoon, that spirit interfered. Magoose interfered. Every nightclub, every pub, they were hacking people. They interfered. Meaning people in Henley, some were affected. 99% were affected by that spirit. So you can all call social services and say, go and watch the video. Nomsa, she's mad. I say to social services, go and watch Dr. Olokoya, go and watch Pastor James, and then you understand where my identity is coming from. But for me, it's not them who taught me. For me, I witness it myself. And then when I witness it myself, now I have these people that are teaching about it. So when they teach something that I went through. God bless you guys. So I hope my story is going to help someone who whose life has been stripped upside down. And I hope that for me, what I leave with you guys, when you face those kind of problems, uh, within you, there has to be courage. Within you, there has to be clarity. Within you, there has to be a determination to fight for your family, to fight for what you believe. You have to have the belief that truth, justice, love will prevail even when everything seems so dark. I had to learn how to navigate when life didn't make sense. I had to learn to protect my children when life did not make sense. I was walking a storm that I did not ask. I had not asked for Royal Mail to deliver that storm, but it was delivered to me over the phone. So I hope it's going to help someone. And I also hope those who have, like, if you have a business, every business event that you attend, you go to know, you have to go and watch the videos of that person. Just truly, truly try to get a sense, because within you, God can tell you that no, this person is into a cult. It's mostly the people when you watch when someone is into a cult, you will know straight away, because sometimes we don't believe our intuition. But I'm not talking about judgmental guys. Don't judge people. That one is different. The judgment is different. Not every person that is successful in business, they succeeded. Some people, they had to go through a call. Not every celebrity that is successful, they had to succeed. They had to sell their soul. And those that have sold their soul, guys, don't even think they sold their soul for fun. They have sold their soul to work. Lucifer is very, very straightforward. He tells you that your soul, give me your soul, I'll give you this. And when he gives you what he gives you, he will tell you. He doesn't lie. To me, he never lied. He said that you are not useful. It was very, very clear that you are no use for me. You want to wipe me. You want to wipe my people. You are no use for me. If I recruit you, will never say yes. You will sit me down and put me to court. Ask me why do you have to follow Satan? And he was very, very clear. And he is right. And those who put me under sacrifice, I'm so grateful for what they did. Because through those moments is where I had to learn. In those moments, I had to learn how the world in the realm of the spirit is corrupt, like the real world. They can swap anything. They can swap wealth. They can swap brain. They can swap anything. They can even swap how somebody walk or how someone dances. They can do anything. So mind me if I don't agree with it. And if Satan is threatening me using my children, so you guys have to know that what I've chosen to do, I'm a threat to Satan, and I'm okay with it. So when he was controlling people to call social services, he was giving me a warning to say, Nomsa, you have to stop what you're doing. If you don't, this is what I will do. He's done so many things, but he hasn't got a voice in my life. God has a voice in my life. He's tried so many things. He's tried to use the father of my children, my relationship. Because every woman's dream is to find a handsome man to have them in their lives. He has tried to take Martin away from me. And I say, you can take him. You can have him. If it's meant for me, we'll be together. But if we are not, I don't have time for nonsense because he wants me to follow his nonsense. I don't have time for nonsense. So that's the battle that I'm fighting with Satan. He has tried everything to test my spirit through him, to test my spirit through anybody that I ever know. But for me, whatever is meant for me, it is natural. So I say, I'm not going to stop becoming who I'm becoming just because of a man. That's my obligation. That if you feel you have to take my relationship to torture me, I'm okay with that. Because if I cannot change and neglect people, I am what I am. I'm nobody. Like everybody else, we are the same. But if I'm able to make a decision and say I stand in truth to protect those that I love, I don't need to join a cult. But if you want to torture me because you want me to follow you, be it. So that's the choice that I stood and I have made. That you want to take my life, you can take, but he can't. Every woman dreams of finding Mr. Prince Charming. I found my Prince Charming. And now he's threatening. I say, do it. But does his family know? They don't. People just they talk. They talk. But that's who I am. That's the life that I have chosen. I said to God, those people that wanted to kill me, let me use my gift to serve for good, to help others. So that's what I pray. I don't pray to destroy anyone, but I pray to protect. And those that are in darkness, they are my enemies. If you have a business and you are in darkness and you are destroying other business, those are kind of people that are whatever you do, whatever destroying others, me, I just pray. All I have to do, guys, is ask for God for mercy. I don't have to do no mumbo jumbo stuff. I have to use the Bible and ask God for mercy, and that destroys the kingdom of darkness. All I have to do is I have to stay holy. I have to refuse to turn against my family. I have to love my family. I have to honor my family. I have to love my bloodline. I have to honor my bloodline, honor my friends, and love my friends, and be loyal. I have to be loyal. That's how God was able to save me. Loyal. If I'm loyal to my friends, if I'm loyal to my family, if I'm loyal to those that God loves, Satan cannot touch me. He can torture me, he can call social services. That's the truth. So that's my story, guys. For those who watch a little bit of Nomsa's story and they're like, why would she say those things? That's who I am, guys. That's who I am. If I'm able to see the invisible, it means it is my gift. I'm not a person. I'm a person who is smart. But that smart, it comes from God. I'm very, very smart. And no one can say, Nomsa, she's this. Some of you have loads of things to say about me. Oh, she wants attention. She never went through social service. She never went through sacrifice. I did. And those who helped me, it was the Bell surgery that helped me through the process. Never judge me. To the Baptist church, they've never judged me. They were there for me as a family. I did go through it. I don't need attention. Why would a human being, why would you guys give me, you're human beings like me, why would you give me? If it was before, I would be asking to be accepted, wanting to be part of people. But now, guys, I don't want to be accepted by anybody. It has to be natural. The acceptance, it has to be natural. People have to accept me because they want to be around me. That's all I can say to you. I have to be accepted. Natural. A man has to look at me and say, Nomsa, there is no place I'd rather be with you and your children. Not me begging, buying fake wigs, beautiful clothes, trying to convince a man to love me. No. It has to be naturally from God. It has to be natural. Don't say Nomsa, she wants attention. Because of that. I'm not like that. I wasn't raised like that. I honor, when I'm dating someone, I honor someone. But there's one thing that Satan has to me, that no matter how much he interferes, he will never ever enter Martin's bloodline through me. But he will enter Martin's bloodline because you guys allow him to enter, not through me. He will never do that. He will never take a life. Illuminati, false prophecy, sangomats will never take a life in David Roddy's body. While I stand in truth, they will never do that. If someone has to go to the hospital, they will go to the hospital. If someone has to go to heaven, they will go to heaven for them to live. Not because of fear. All I have to do, guys, is what people don't understand, I have to use the Bible. I have to go to I have to go to Psalms 35. That's all I have to do. If the enemy is contending with me, contending with my bloodline, contending with my daughter's bloodline, all I have to do, guys, God, to plead my cause, O Lord. Those who strive with me, they fight against me. Those who fight against me, they take a hold of shield and battle and stand up for my heart. God, to take a stand and battle and stand up for my heart. Also draw out despair to stop those who pursue me. I know salvation. Draw out the spell. Do you know what it means? And stop those who are pursuing me. Stop those who are pursuing my bloodline. Stop those who are pursuing my children. Stop those who are pursuing my children's bloodline. Let those be put to shame and brought to shame who seek after my life. Those who seek after my bloodline is life. My children's bloodline is life. Then I say, Rataraka Shetiriboshe, Barida Kaponde Shetirikete, Zidaraka Shetirimokoto, It means if you are seeking my life, if you are seeking my children's life, if you are seeking my children's bloodline, if you are seeking to destroy people in the land where I'm living, if you are seeking to destroy God's children, may the blood of the testimony of the blood of Jesus, may it testify when the blood of Jesus, when I call upon the blood of Jesus to testify, it means God comes for vengeance. That's who I am. I don't kill no one. I don't destroy no one. I don't gossip to no one. I don't destroy anyone. I'm loyal to people. That's what I do. I had to study the Bible. What does every scripture, what was the scriptures written? What was the written, what was the scripture written for? Psalms 35 is written for my enemies, to put my enemies down. That's what is for. If you are seeking my life, all I have to do, I have to come here. God, those who are seeking, let those be put to shame and brought to dishonor. Who seek after my life, let those be turned back and brought to confusion. Let they be like a shaft before the wind. Let the angels of the Lord chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery. It means when you bring social services to destroy my life, God enters, causes confusion, and the social services that be on my side. If God knows that I'm not guilty, but if I am guilty, I have to go to the throne of grace and beg for forgiveness. I cannot use these scriptures. If I'm guilty, I cannot use Psalms 35. I have to go to the throne of grace, enter the court of heaven, and ask God for mercy, for God to have mercy, for social services to release my children. But if I'm not guilty, Psalms 35. Let them be like a shaft before the wind. Let the angels of the Lord chase them, and let the angels of the Lord pursue them. For without cause they have hidden their net from me in pit, which they have dug without cause. They have caused pain in my life, without cause for my life. Let destruction come upon them unexpectedly. Let the net that they have hidden catch themselves into that very destruction, let them fall, and my soul shall be joyful. That's how you fight the enemy. I don't just do no mumbo jumbo stuff. I don't know everything, but I'm learning. So if the enemy uses to destroy my life, I have to go to Psalms 35. And if it's hard, I use the blood of Jesus. I call it the angel of God, the angels of God, the violent angels of God, to come to help me. I have to call the flying rod. I have to ask the flying rod. Let the heavens release the flying rod is a weapon. Let the heavens release the flying rod. Let the flying rod go into the camp of my enemies. If you know you are my enemy, let it go to the camp of my enemies. Release thunder, lightning, volcanic power of God to erupt and to destroy. Rakata rakashitiri mokotorisi. Marita kaponde setere keshetere. So this is what I do. But I don't do it for big stuff. That girl that told my friend wanted to tell me and say Nomsa was chanting. I don't chant. I was just sitting there listening to my father in the Lord, Dr. Nicole. But Satan just wanted to destroy my life. He wanted to manifest my spirit to manifest. But my spirit does not manifest. Just like that. It's not a bad spirit, it's a good spirit that love and protect. So I share with you guys because so many people have judged me. If you want to be my enemy, it's fine. You can judge me, it's fine. I'm not going to do anything to you. Trust me. If you, whatever happens, if God says Nomsa, and which is the party that God I don't like, it says Nomsa, this person needs your help, I'll do it. I don't have a choice, I'll do it. So I'm not trying to convince someone to love me. I'm not trying to convince to fit in with anybody. I wasn't raised like that. I was raised by the angels of God. The angel of God, we don't have time to chit chat and say, this is what I can do. I don't have time to go to people and start talking about, oh, by the way, this is who I am. I don't do that. I don't do that. That's why sometimes the people get surprised with my character because they think that Nomsa, she's this. I'm not what people think that I am. I go to people, I eat food, and I say goodbye. If you need me, I help you without you knowing. I don't have to explain to myself, this is who I am, this is a blah, blah, blah. I don't. Angel of God, they don't come to you and say, by the way, they don't chit chat. They protect you without you knowing. I'm no different. That's what we do in anything. So if you guys want to report me, you can report me 100 times, 1,000 times. I can't do anything. I cannot hide who I am. I cannot change because I have to get married to some prince guy who is handsome. If I don't, then I'm going to grow old. No, I don't. My husband will come to me. That is not going to judge me. I know I'm a very, very smart woman. It's very gifted. I know that. And I know that one day I'm going to be a billionaire. I know one day I'm going to be a millionaire. So I don't have to try to fit in with anybody. But all I can tell you is what you guys don't know about it. I don't fight my in-laws. I'm not fighting anybody. But Satan wants to look like me. I'm fighting people, but I'm not. They're getting dragged into people's business. But for me, I'm saying if my name is involved, don't put yourself in that. Because if my name is involved, there are some people who are angels, but they don't know that they are angels themselves. And those are the kind of people that Illuminati wants them. So I can't go around and say, you are an angel, you cannot interfere, you are that one. You have to know who you are, your character. And when you are dragged to enter some people's business, that's when you have to look at yourself and question yourself. Who are you? Why is Satan so interested in you? So that's what you guys need to ask yourself. Some people are dragged, not because they are nobody, it's because Satan knows they are angels. But they don't know themselves that they are angels. God bless you guys. Today, I'm just not going to leave my website, my anything. Today, I'm just going to go. God bless you. Live with grace. I'm a woman, I'm a businesswoman. I'm also a child of God. I do business with those who relate to me. I don't just beg nobody. I get married to a man that wants to be with me. I don't beg nobody. So those, whatever you guys communicate, Satan brings it back and it just throws it to me. And whatever is planned behind my back, all my pastors, they get to know about it. That Nomsa, these people are your enemies. They are not your family. They are not your wife to you. In the spirit, they are your enemies eternally. And that's the life that I'm living. So when you guys are gossiping and saying, oh, she's doing this to get attention, whatsoever to who? My spirit will not allow to behave snake-handed. I dance because I love to dance. I don't dance because I'm looking for men. I do my talk show because I want one day my children to be billionaires, to be millionaires through that. Simple as that. I do my talk show because I empower people. This is how I feed my family. My work is how I feed my family. So if you destroy me, that means I can't feed my children. Who is going to feed my children? So that's my story, guys. For those who are making things up, that is just coming and doing the talk show, she's all about God. I do my business. I'm all about God. I'm all about my business. I'm all about people. But I can't be people who don't want to be with me. If I meet you and you tell me that, oh, Nomsa, I want to be with you. Let's say you are a friend or a family member. Whatever you're thinking, my spirit can pick it up. If you are angry, my spirit can pick it up. So you guys don't need to lie to me. If you don't like me, you don't need to lie to create stories. You don't like me, that's okay. Whether you are my family or my children's family, it's okay. I accept it. But don't try to destroy me. Because nothing is for free. You can even watch Pastor James. There's a video that he made explaining that nothing is for free. When someone comes and gives you something, being kind, nothing is for free. What do they want in return? Nothing is for free, guys, in the spirit. So when you report me to social services, Satan is trading. What is it trading? So that's who I am. You don't need to talk whatever the gossip that you guys do. I can see it in the dreams. If Satan blocks me, he blocks me so that he can hold it, use it against me, and use it against me. Because at the end of the day, you guys are my family. My friends are my family. Even if I'm not related to them, they are my family. My neighbors are my family. Even if I'm not related to them. My in-laws are my family. And which is why I made a decision myself 7 years ago that I don't fight my family. Any human being that is standing, I don't fight. But if you're fighting me, I'm allowed to get angry. But not in the physical and spirit. I'm allowed to do that. So which is why I have to warn the people that are calling my in-laws. Don't do it. I have to warn the people that are putting my name in a bad character. Don't do it. You watch my talk show. If you don't watch my talk show, you don't understand. You ask me, I explain it to you. If I see the altar, it does not mean that I've got mental health problems, or it does not mean it means I'm gifted. It means it's my journey of life. If one day God says, Nomsa, raise the dead, if you die, I'll come and raise you. That's who I am. That's who I am. I'm not going to say, God, I'm not going to go there and say that one, or I'm not going to pray for that one. They took my children up, they nearly wanted the social services to take me. I can't do that. That's not how it works in the spirit. That's why I try to explain people, if you guys knew what God is, you wouldn't even waste time to fight people. You wouldn't even waste time to cry when you have problems. You wouldn't even waste time to say you are not enough because His love is more than enough. I can't even explain who He is to anybody unless God decided to save your life. That's when you will understand who He is, and then you will testify. But before that, everything that I talk, it makes no sense. Why would someone want to kill Nomsa? Why would someone want to sacrifice Nomsa? Why? But you can watch YouTube videos. Pastors in South Africa now, they are arresting pastors and people, sangomas, anyone that is sacrificing people. In Zimbabwe, I think they are doing the same thing. African countries, they've started arresting people. But if I explain to you, it wouldn't make sense. Even to me, it didn't make sense for you. It started sinking in when I realized that it was happening. But then my response was, how can I make a difference to make sure that these people don't sacrifice others? And my God is there. He can teach me. And the people that were helping me, they can teach me. So why not help to do good instead of do bad? So I do good. I'm allowed to do that. I don't fit. No one in million years will look at my profile and say, Nomsa, it's doing this. Everyone will be like, this girl, she's bonkers. So I'll leave with you guys. Have a good weekend. God bless.